Who thought of one day we're going to reestablish and rekindle our relationships to the koa, to the coral.
What this means and a little bit of the background of why we're here today starting to actually propagate coral in Kealakekua. So in 2015, we lost about half the coral in this bay in 1 year. That was only 1 year. It's actually more like 53% based on the surveys that were done at that time. And that's because of a marine heat wave. A big blob of hot water came and sat on the west side of this island, and it was so hot for so long that the corals could not survive it.
Wow, puka, everything is open. Actually, for the past week, you know, as a cultural practitioner and even a caretaker of this heiau, hikiau, it's appropriate that we prep ourselves in advance for the actual ceremony. And so about 2 months ago, we start prepping ourselves emotionally, spiritually, and physically.
We are now starting the process to actively restore coral, and we know that if we want reefs in 20 years, in 50 years, we're going to have to take an active role in making sure that they survive.
I'm standing on the beach with all the halal and the practitioners, our community, and how everyone's like thanking me. And I'm like, it's not about me, it's about the coral. And that's when we all get to kind of cry with joy, because it's not just me, it's all of us. And the joy of that is we get to do this together. I think the most important thing is what triggers me emotionally is just the unity.
Our first couple corals in our holding bins right now. We have 2 different species. We're mainly going to be working with lobe coral or Porites lobata today, but we have another one to show you one of the other species that we're going to be working with. We use a different fragmentation method since it's more branchier, but we wanted to just kind of show you another species that we're working with.
It is the responsibility of our community to ensure that our resource is vital and continues its place in community, just as my ancestors did for several hundred years, several centuries I should say. For some reason we got disconnected from that. So I see this as rekindling process that would allow our community to reattach, whether it's planting, whether it's taking care of herbivore fishing, whether it's taking care of algae, runoff, whatever it is. Because in our prayers today, we talked about how everything is dependent on the coral polyp.
It's amazing to see all these people gathering here today for kind of one reason, to get together and really focus on our reef. I think everyone that has been out here knows all the various things that we're facing with our reefs, all the threats and all the concerns that we have. But really, this is how we start to fix them.
And so moving forward, we're looking at different projects, different ways to approach stewardship, I should say. And one way is that we're looking at hana lima, or work days, once a month, that would include cultural sites and resources. And then the other would be all marine areas. So looking at our Kanu Ko project, we're looking at creating marine watch, traditional observation programs.